Welcome to another episode of Skatepark Showcase. My name is Wesley Bauer, and today we are in the small town of Umatilla, Florida. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It is in Central Florida, just north of Orlando. Now, it's not very big, but we got to showcase them all. Let's see what it's got to offer. Don't know a lot about this area. I haven't been to a whole lot of parks in Central Florida, but this one is decent, kind of small, but the town's small too. And like I said earlier, it's just outside of Orlando. So let's get into this park and see exactly what this has to offer. First impressions, it's small, you know, but it's not bad. It didn't look terrible walking up to it. Seemed like a decent park. Nothing really exactly special about it. It's your basic prefab Woodward skate park with a couple of ramps here and there and a couple of rails here and there. It's not much different than a lot of the Woodward prefab parks I've gone to. There is one cool thing about it, but we will get into that in just a little bit. First, let's do a deep dive into the layout. The park is shaped like a long rectangle. On one side, there's just a back and forth flow section, pretty straightforward. And then on the other side, there are a couple of flat ground elements, such as a rail, a box, another rail, and a flat bank launch ramp. So let's get into the flow section first. On one side of the flow section, there is a nice, chill, 4-foot tall, 8-foot wide quarter pipe. Pretty basic and straightforward. It's nice and mellow. I was struggling on it today. I don't know why. I was just having a hard time getting warmed up. That was the first thing I hit when I came out here. But I ended up getting a couple of clips on it and I was satisfied and decided to move on. On the other side of the flow section is a nice mellow 4-foot tall flat bank that's also 8-foot wide. I always love a good bank. This one's nice and smooth. It's not jarring going up into it. All of the Woodward banks have a nice little transition up into the flat bank, which makes it very easy to skate. And right smack dab in the middle is a fun box. This fun box has a flat bank on one side, a 8x8-foot flat top, and then on the opposite side is a 4-stair and a kicker ramp. Like I've said in earlier episodes, I'm not a huge fan of the curved kicker ramps. Usually the flats are a little bit too long to actually air over the flat. I prefer bank to bank, going bank to bank over a flat. Like that's usually a lot easier for me, but to each their own. A lot of people like launch ramps like that. I just didn't skate it. I didn't really skate the fun box hardly at all. I just hit up the stair set. Stair sets like these can sometimes be a little bit difficult for people to get used to because you hit that bank and then you only have 8 feet to prepare for going down the stair set. I've skated a whole bunch of these, so it wasn't too bad, but I know that like in the beginning, when I came across a lot of these, it was very, very frustrating. But it's just, you know, low impact, fun to skate, fun to experiment on stair set. Now, the other side is basically a flat ground section. And it's comprised of 4 elements. The first element that I skated was the flat bank launch ramp. I always love a flat bank launch ramp. They're so much fun. Super mellow, launches you pretty good, just so much fun to skate. There's also plenty of runway to get up to it. Right there where the run up is for the flat bank ramp is the most unique thing out here, and it's pretty cool. There's a 16-foot long grind box / wedge thing. I don't think that it's a Woodward built obstacle. I was talking to one of the locals out here and he said that the ramps were in another area, but when they moved them here, that thing just appeared out of nowhere. So when they originally purchased these Woodward ramps, that didn't exist. From what he tells me, he has no idea where it came from. It was probably hand built by a local, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was contracted out, I have no idea. But it's really cool, and I've never seen one of those at any skate park. It's built really well. I think the side surface, angled surfaces, and the top surface is like a hard plastic material, kind of like what this bench is made out of, which, by the way, this is a bench that's usually skated in these parks. It came with the Woodward stuff, but they just have it off to the side for like, just to chill out. But that thing's super, super low. It was a lot of fun to skate and just have fun and grind all the way down it, experiment on. I know I would definitely skate that a lot if I had something like that myself. So the other 2 things left in the flat ground section is a Woodward grind box and a rail. And I didn't even touch the grind box today because I didn't get a chance to. And the reason I didn't get a chance to is because I cracked my board trying to do a kickflip front board on the rail. Sad, sad day. I did get a couple of tricks on the rail after I cracked my board, so I did get to skate it a little bit, but that was the last thing I skated out here. It's a good rail, solid, decent length, decent height, not really any complaints about it. So the overall area where the skate park is like a park hangout area. So there is a little playground, there's restrooms, and there's also these really weird carvings. I think they called them chainsaw carvings that are kind of strange, but they're like sparsely just placed throughout the park. So I guess it's something like kind of cool to look at. Definitely an interesting aspect of this place for sure. But there's nice fields, gazebos, little places to hang out, picnic tables and stuff like that. So it's a nice chill environment for sure. There are no lights out here, as you can see. I got my own lights set up, but I've been here for several hours, but there's no gate. So I guess if you have lights, you can just bring them out here and skate. I haven't seen anybody, you know, nobody's tried to kick me out or anything. I don't even know if any hours are posted. I didn't really look around, but it's just one of those, come and skate, do your thing, assess your own risk. You don't have to wear a helmet, you don't have to sign a waiver, nothing. These are kind of like the best kind of skate parks out there where you can just come skate, you don't have to worry about anything. Should you come to this park? Well, I guess if you're near the Orlando area and you just want something different to skate, there are 3 other skate parks that are really nearby that I haven't hit up yet. And from what I saw on Google Maps, 2 of them look pretty nice. I think the local told me that one of them is really nice. I believe he said it was in Eustis. They've got a Team Pain park that's concrete, that's pretty sick. So hopefully I'll get to go out there. I'm just kind of passing through right now. It's a nice, cool little area where you can just kind of park hop if you want to, find whatever fits your style the best. This is definitely a great like beginner level park. Maybe go down to Eustis if you're a more advanced skater. But hopefully I will get into all those other parks in the very near future. So that wraps up Umatilla. It's not a really crazy park, but hey, I gotta cover all of these suckers. And the only reason that I'm able to do this is thanks to my Patreon supporters. So I wanna go ahead right now and say thank you so much for your support. I've got some guys that have been sticking with me since the beginning. I've been doing this for 6 or 7 years now. So I thank you so much for your support. And if you wanna help out, all you need to do is click the link in the description to go to my Patreon page, and as little as $1 a month will help so much when it comes to gas, hotels, stuff like that. If you can't donate, that's totally cool. You can also support the channel in other ways by liking the video, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, sharing it with your friends, and just kind of spreading it word of mouth. Thanks for sticking around for another episode of Skatepark Showcase. Here's what we got coming up next.